mic's muted. My mic was muted, sorry. What's up, everybody? Catching Rockets here. Or Drew, aka Catching Rockets. Apparently, I can't speak tonight. The Mark Crew, what exactly did you want to talk about on FOMO? I mean, I see your message, but happy 4th Hef. FYI, everybody. I have come to a decision. I've been trying to figure out a way to incentivize. I mean, not incentivize, I don't really care, but to reward people that are joining. What's up, PD? Welcome, thank you. People that are joining the whatever it is, the friend membership thing or family membership thing. I'm gonna start only taking requests from people that are doing the, at least the minimum 99-cent membership. Again, it's really just about like rewarding the people that do pay that little monthly fee. And then also I'll say like, so I'll do requests for anybody that's a member of Shorty's Discord, and anybody that's whatever, the paying subscriber thingy, friend, whatever they're called. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, really quickly, let's look over our trades from well, these plays were for 7-2 originally, but MU didn't trigger. All of them didn't trigger on the second, and then today on the third, MU actually finally triggered. But so let's just recap really quick. MU was a win. People might still be in it, right? Yeah, because this was a swing trade one week out, but really, like, we hit all of the levels except for our close call level today. So calls above 132.10, first trim 133.10, second trim 135.40, and third trim 136.84. We're looking for a 139.50 to close. Oh, I wonder why I didn't look at this as a closing level. 138.75 would be good as well. At least for a trim. Anyway, so win on MU. Next one's AMD, which is going to be invalidated. This was puts below 56.60. Didn't trigger. Right now, really, we're looking for a break. Sorry. I think it's daily. No, it is 1 hour. We're looking for a break of this wedge. Either to the upside or the downside. Chewy also did not trigger. Oh, did I delete? I deleted the levels, but we were looking for over 26.05, and we actually, pulled away from that pretty far. So right now that trade's invalid, AMD is invalid, and then the last one is Shop, which is also invalid. We were looking for puts below 64.45, and we're like over $2 above that now. So this trade is also invalidated. Okay. Up 83% on MU. That's sick. Congrats. What's it called? AVGO. Somebody sent me a screenshot. Oh, did I delete my levels? I sure did. Why? I can't put them back on. Oh well. We were long, basically. I don't want to be like a liar, but it was somewhere around here. I don't know. We could go back and watch a video and find out. It doesn't really matter. But somebody showed me the like simulated returns, and it was like 475%. Um, what's my opinion on leaps? I mean, if the TA's there, then take it. Oh, PD, welcome to the channel. Yeah. So, first thing, I don't give technical analysis on news events because there's no point. So, with earnings, who knows? It could go anywhere. So I look at charts and I look for levels on charts, and I can't I don't have like a crystal ball, so I can't predict what news will do. I can't predict what earnings are going to do. Um, I also really can't stand anything that has anything to do with news. So like um, Tesla's robot taxis releasing August 8th. I really don't care. Oh, you guys are just like all about Tesla. Here's Tesla's levels. So we called this out, what? I don't know. Monday, I believe, that Tesla was going to rocket. Nobody probably believed me. Actually, even as it was happening, there was doubters looking for puts. Um, so our entry would be over 214. Yep, sure did. We talked about that today, right? Um, and then every single one of these green levels is a level where you would trim your trades. And this is my ultimate target, 284. And so I'm sure there was just tons of naysayers. Anybody that's been like following my channel for a while, we were talking about Tesla at 200 when it was down here in the 80s. People probably didn't believe it then. We hit 200. And then here on Monday, we established that it was going to rip way higher. People probably didn't believe it. And people probably don't believe that we're going to 284. They're probably more of a believer today now that we're up, like $45 in 2 days, but it's going to 284. It's probably going to take months, and there'll probably be pullbacks along the way. I don't see a trade set up right now on Tesla. I'm not willing to give a trade. This is where you get in, and if you miss this, then you need to wait for a substantial pullback, or you're looking for puts. But like, there's no setup here. So people new to the channel, so PD, when I give plays, I'm looking to give calls at the bottom, or I'm looking to give puts at the top. I don't like call out calls in the middle of a run. It's just it'll never happen. I have like a very good success rate on trades, and I kind of always say this, like, I don't really understand why people ask for specific stocks, because I've already looked at Tesla. I already looked at Tesla tonight. There isn't a setup right now. And so you would be way better off looking to trade the trades that I'm giving you guys versus asking me to look at a specific stock. Because I have like a very, I don't know, I have a very, what's it called? I have a very stringent like process that I go through when I'm looking for setups. And if one of those things is missing, like one component is missing, I won't even consider calling it out as a trade. So it has to meet all of my criteria. And once it meets all of my criteria, then I'll call up plays. The Mark Crew, I mean, that's like a very loaded question. What's up, Robin Hood? I will answer you when I go over the first like trade that I have. Let's see. get this off this screen. So I'll just show you BA. And then from here, I'll show you how I find my levels. This one, it might trigger before we open because price is just so close, but it is what it is. Can't really change it. But so on BA, I'm looking for calls over 184.55. First trim will be 186. Close the calls at 187.80. And then just really quickly for people like PD, I don't give contracts. I don't give expirations. I mean, this is a day trade, so then you just have to figure out what contract expiration to buy. I just will say always look for open interest over 800 or preferably 1,000 on the contracts. But so yeah, this one I'm just looking for 1 day quick in and out. So that's that. And then how I find this. So this is the list of stocks I go through. Click on BA. The first thing I do, and this isn't going to help anybody because you don't have access to this stuff. I use this indicator called Full Send, which is a private indicator. And it basically just tells me the Elliott waves. So you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I can zoom in, actually here, let me... So Elliott waves is like a five level thing, and the first level to the second level is always like a pretty small move, and then 2 to 3 is generally a pretty good move, but it tends to be choppy. 3 down to 4 is also generally choppy and it's not very long. 4 to 5 is generally like the cleanest move, as far as not choppy. I mean, in this case it kind of is, but generally the cleanest move, and it's also generally the biggest move. So shop is invalid. That play from earlier in the week is invalid. So first I look at this. When I have a full send, to the upside, which I do on these higher time frames here. And so if I have that, then I look at another private indicator, which, again, this is not going to help you guys, but these are my clouds. And as long as there's free space on the clouds, like open space in the direction I'm looking to go, then I'm willing to look at trades. And this just shows like major support resistance levels is what it is. And then from there, I come over to my chart and I generally look at the 1 day. I mean, I look at different time frames, but I'm looking at my visible range volume profile. And then I'm also looking for support resistance flips on the candles. What's up, Michael? So that's it. Anyway, so that's BA. Next one is Dollar Tree. This is a little bit trickier. I don't generally share trades the way I'm going to share this one, but this can play out 2 ways. All right, so this time I'm calling it. So I would really ultimately like to see a pullback to this level. And if that happens, even better would be if we pull back to this level. Actually, let me delete this. if we pull back to this level and slice through it and then immediately come back inside, take calls at 104.60. If we come back and bounce off this level, you can also take calls. And then if that happens, my first trim will be 105.95. If that doesn't happen and we cross 105.95, or I'm sorry, if we cross 106, I would get in calls to 107. If this happens, you would close your first position here or trim at 106 and then close your full position at 107. Okay? You know what's hilarious is like people always say, shoot, my hat's like side. I always wear my hat kind of sideways, but people always say Dodgers. I get like it's a Dodger hat, but I'm just a California guy, and I just like blue and LA. I'm actually not a Dodger fan. I'm actually just not even like a big fan of baseball. So I mean, like, it's weird. Like like baseball is fun to watch live, but I don't. I'm not the kind of person that like even has time to sit in front of the TV and watch a baseball game or a football game or whatever game for that matter. I used to be like a huge UFC fan, and I just never watch because I just never have time. But like, if it's like a special thing where like, me and my family got tickets to go see a game, that's fun. Like, cause the environment and the excitement of the crowd and everything, it's a whole different vibe, but like sitting in my house watching, I don't even have like cable or anything. So I just don't even have time for any of that. Thank you, Michael. Actually, so Michael, there's a new thing. I've decided. I've decided that I'm just going to do requests for people that have the minimum of the 99-cent subscriber thing. I'm not going to take requests anymore from non-paying members unless I'm feeling really generous. But it's not because I want people to pay. It's because I want to, like, I was trying to think of a way to, say thank you to the people that are paying subscribers. And so that's what it's about. Like, I'm not trying to encourage people to pay. I just really was trying to think of the best way to say thank you to the people that do. So there's that. But I also, anybody that's a member of Shorty's Discord, I'll still do requests. They don't have to be paying members. And then anybody that's not needs to be a paying member, and then I'll do requests. So anyway, this is Dollar Tree. Again, it's pretty close to the trigger, but I am expecting a pullback and then breakthrough. So hopefully that works out. Next one is Expedia. For this one, we should get a pretty good run up here. I'm looking for... Oh, and I'm sorry. Dollar Tree is going to be a swing trade, a minimum of 2 days out. Expedia, same thing, swing trade, 2 days out, minimum. Calls over 124.80. First trim will be 126. Second trim 126.80, and then close at 128. We're probably going to be tapping right around this level here. Last one's going to be MA. And also, after this, I'm going to do like a deep dive on SPY and Qs. So, on MA, I'm expecting a pretty good pullback, actually. So under 447 and 34 cents, take puts. First trim will be 445.26. Close your puts at 442 and 10 cents, and there's a pretty good chance that we'll tap 438.50. Okay. Yes, it is saddle. Oh, sorry. MA is also swing trade 2 days out. So, um, yeah, I mean, the thing is like, you don't really need indicators. These just speed up my process, you know? I don't need these at all. I don't use them when I trade. It just helps me quickly. Aaron, you are. um, but so anyway, the indicators just help me like quickly process through all of the charts. So that's all it is. You don't need them, really don't. Um, Hang on, let me take a sip of water, and then we'll go through. We'll start with SPY, and then we'll deep dive on Qs. Yeah, absolutely safer. Well, I mean, um, MA is a minimum of 2 days out. So when I say a minimum of 2 days out, obviously I could figure out like the expirations or whatever, but obviously you would have to go with like, if the expirations are every Friday, you're gonna have to go with the next Friday. You wouldn't go with this Friday on the 5th, right? Because you need a minimum of 2 days at least. All right, let me just save this and close it so I can get it off my screen. Why not? No, I do not. Well, I mean, I don't want to say I use them. I don't mainly use them though. I mainly use volume, volume profile, footprints, TPO. Um, I use them all together. So once you have them all together, it's kind of a cheat code. So that's awesome. Why not? It's an awesome book. Hopefully you learned a lot. What's up, Rob? All right. Let's see. I'm like losing my train of thought here. We're going to go over SPY. I think I'm just going to erase my chart. Yeah. Fun, fun, fun. The third SIG worked today. Man, if you guys just follow my levels, even from, I don't even, I think this was, we went over these levels on Saturday, right? And they're still slapping. This is our short area, right? Um, so here, and then I said single prints, third SIG. Those are, second SIG, third SIG, those are always going to be like short levels. And we came all the way down to the previous day value area high, like tapped it just to a T and then ripped. And this is beautiful too. I always talk about break through a level, especially like a candle like this where we're breaking through with strength, right? And I also talk about this. If we peak above a level and fall back inside, like that's an immediate short, right? And so when we break through a level with this much strength, with like this big ass candle, and then you have 3 5-minute candles that close above this level, and then we retest it to a T, this is your long. This is your calls. This is so easy. I hope somebody binked this. Um, and I haven't even looked at this SPY chart, like other than with you guys. I don't look at it on my own. I don't care about SPY at all. And then you can see, same thing. We have this June 20th. Now it's now a POC, but it was actually. Let me get this crap off my chart. Thank you, so we can see the levels. It was a VPOC, but now it's been broken, so it's a POC. But so we broke above this level. We have the 3 5-minute candles close, retest, boom. It's just teach you guys this every time. That's what you're looking for. Break above a level, 3 5-minute candles, retest calls. Break below a level, 3 5-minute candles, retest puts. Okay? What's up, Jesus? I remember you, bro. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Sun is still training super hardcore. And yeah, the Harley is still being rode like my hair's on fire. All right, anyway. Yep. Exactly what Michael just said. All right, so we're going to do something super fun. I hate doing this, but it's just the thing to do. Blah. So let's, I mean, you guys will just kind of just see my process here, you know, like we're going to start with the PvP indicator on 1 month. I do like 12 months, but right now I'm not going back that far. I don't need to. It's like the 2023 is like way down here somewhere, so it's not even on our radar up here. And when we do the PvP, value area 68, row size 100, those are the two things that you're concerned about, and you want to be on a 4-hour time frame. Okay. And once we have that, this is all June, right? Wow, we have a big gap. We need to be aware of this. So these levels, just in case you don't know, you have to draw them in, and I'll show you why. So I draw mine. And then I also label them so I know what it is. Damn, you guys can hear all my wife and my kid just going nutty in the other room, huh?
It's not that bad.
No, I'm just saying you can hear. He's doing his Chinese class. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. We just grind in this family. Let's see. What's this level? Whoops. $39.59. $37.01. Bro, Michael, my dog was going nutty with the squeaky toy not too long ago. I don't know why he quit, but maybe he knows we talk about him. All right. So the reason we draw these on 4-hour, or the reason that we have to draw the levels in, is if I move to a different time frame, you'll see these levels. Well, no, they didn't shift, but sometimes they do. Let's try 5 minutes. All right. Well, those levels are not moving, but they do move. I promise. That's wild. I've never seen this where they just are not moving, but I'll show you guys when I do session volume profile. Anyway, from here, I switched to 65 minutes, and I switched to 1 week. Same settings, value area 68%, row size 100. And from here, I'm just looking for my previous week value area high, low, POC. And then once a week, all I have to do is just move these levels. And then every day, at the end of the day, I move my previous day levels. And that's really the hardest part, I guess. Let me see if they move on this one. Okay, there you go. So you can see like switching time frames, like the value area shifted up, here the value area shifted up, and the POC shifted huge. And sometimes, I mean, these can shift really drastically. So you have to make sure you're on the right time frame. Otherwise, your levels are not going to be accurate. Okay? Yeah, self-conscious dog. And then from here, I switched to 30 minutes. Oh, and I should say, when I am charting the yearly, I go to the daily chart, and this becomes 12 months. So just so you guys know if you're looking for it. Okay? From here, I turn off PVP. I turn on session volume profile. Same settings. Value area volume 68, row size 100. And from here, I go to the 30-minute chart. And on this one, and when I do previous day on half days like today, I'm not interested in this volume. I'm going to keep my levels from Tuesday for Friday. So and then just so you guys know, if two levels ever line up, I just switch it into one level. I'll explain that a little bit better in a second. But so like, let's say the previous week value area high and the previous day value area low were like really, really closer than they are right now, or even like on the same level. I would just come in here and type like that. And then this line wouldn't exist, basically. Okay? So that's my volume profile levels. From here, I start looking at TPO. Oh, and I didn't mention this earlier, but when you're looking at anything that's not a future, you're always wanting to chart with regular trading hours and not extended trading hours. If you're looking at futures, you turn extended trading hours on. Did you hear the dog? I heard him shake his head. Oh, now he's sneezing. It's kind of funny that the dog's sneezing. 4365. Wow, my ear just got really itchy. Rob and KJ, since people are talking about Shorty's Discord, if you guys want to speak up and talk on it or share your thoughts, and if you think it's a valuable place to be, feel free. If you don't want
It's
to, that's fine as well.
it's been, I mean, I was losing money before I had joined in for like a few months in a row, I think. And I was like, all right, well, I need to do something different. And I'd rather lose money learning in the class. And it's been the best investment I've made into my investing so far. Absolutely the best. A lot of crossover between KG University apparently and you're just this Discord.
So KJ said she's too shy to speak up, but she said, I'm too shy. I love Shorty's Discord, though. It's filled with knowledge that you can't get anywhere else. Um, the Marked Crew, Shorty is a market maker that has a Discord that I'm in that I day trade live in, and Shorty also day trades live in it as well. And we do a bunch of education teaching people how to actually trade with things that the market makers can't hide from you. Instead of like things like lagging indicators like moving averages and RSI, MACD, um, and really just kill it like pretty much every day. What's up, William? No, no, no. Oh, this is the M period, right? Oops, wrong button. No, it is not. Oh, there is no M period today. Ah,
Closed at 1 today.
I know that makes things very confusing. I'm like, do I consider this the M period? Mm.
I missed like the first 20 minutes. Did you recheck AVGO and MU yet?
Yeah. You know
Dang it.
what though? I messed up.
Early one.
I deleted my levels on AVGO, but
Oh,
somebody sent me a screenshot of returns, and it was like 475% gain.
it was nice. Yes.
Did you take it?
I missed out on the AVGO, but the MU I took, and it was great.
How much? I mean, like percentage would you make on an MU?
Today was 80%, and yesterday I think it was like 30 or 20. It didn't move much yesterday.
So a total of 120 or a total of 80?
Just between 100 and 120, something like that. I don't know what it closed at.
Sweet. We do that. We take that.
Yeah, my only regret was not being in AVGO just a little bit earlier.
Andrew Chow, like basically, I mean, right now my mentor Shorty is on vacation, so we haven't been doing a lot of classes, but generally every Sunday, or I would say like 2 to 3 Sundays a month, we'll do classes. Um, it's the same as this, where it'll be like a live video. There'll be people asking questions, and you don't want to miss those. Um, that's sick, Andrew. Congrats. So yeah, we do tons of education, and if you want more education, then you want to join Shorty's Discord. But we do a ton of education. I'm gonna explain what I'm looking at after I finish looking at everything, if that helps. I've got to get my levels before I can start telling you guys what I think is gonna happen. You know. Um, Man, spy. It's like, here's a dollar move, here's a dollar move, here's a dollar move. That's better, $2. Yeah. Sunday classes, yeah, they're generally like 11 a.m. Eastern. But it doesn't matter. I mean, like, they're recorded, so you can go back and watch them anytime. Um, Even if you catch it live, if you're asking questions like in the um, YouTube chat, nobody's going to answer you. And it's not like a disrespect thing or anything. Just Shorty doesn't read the YouTube chat. He answers questions from people that are like in his Discord, asking questions in the voice chat there. He doesn't read the messages on YouTube. So I do, like when we're live, like we are right now, you guys are typing or whatever. I try to make sure I read every single message. I might miss one here and there every once in a while, but I try to make sure I read everything, and I try to answer everybody to the best of my ability. Um, so this is kind of weird. Um, this might not make a lot of sense to some people, but being that this is the M period, or this should be the M period, and we made a new higher high at the end of the day, like a spike up. Generally, like in the morning you would want to see some kind of a retracement and then just rock it and break through these levels. But since this technically is not the M period, which is what you look for at the end of the day, I don't really know how to interpret this. But I'm just going to pretend like this is an M period, because I think price will probably react the same as if it was. So for me, um, there's a few things that I'm looking for. um, puts down to here from here, but we might have already missed it. Like they could already be pulling back. Um, if this happens, um, and hopefully you guys understand this. Like I've talked about it quite a bit. If we, I feel like I'm gonna run out of space to draw stuff, but if we pull back like this and just barely peek through this level and then immediately come back inside, this is like an instant long or instant calls. Okay. Um, if you have a smaller account and that happens, I would be taking profit like here or at the mid. Um, for people that can afford to hold, I would be looking for something more like this, retest, and go higher. Um, so if you happen to miss like a breakthrough and quickly come back inside, where did we see that earlier? Like, well, I showed you guys, like, I don't remember what the level was, but um, when we quickly like slice through a level, and I'm talking, like you're just wicking through and then wicking and then like going right back inside. Um, nice. Maybe she's watching my videos. Um, I mean, like you never see people talk about AVGO. I'm sure like we're gonna have like a bunch of influencers start talking about AVGO. Um, and it's so funny because like influencers have ruined certain stocks for me. Like you mentioned PLTR, and I'm like, ugh, I just cringe. You mentioned like, oh, what's that one company that Charge Point or whatever? Like they're like a EV charging station or something like that. Like you mentioned that company, and I'm like, ugh. You mentioned AMC, SoFi, um, GME. Like I cringe. Like I'm like, ugh. Anyway, I'm pretty sure soon the influencers are going to start talking about AVGO, but they heard it here first. And they're going to start calling out Tesla, um, 284. But you also heard that here first. So, all right, back to this. So, when we break above this level, you really, like, if you're not already in the trade, you want to see 3 5-minute candles close above, and then once you get a retest, it could be like, multiple candles later. I think like we were showing, um, here it was, where like we have one candle closing above. This was a level earlier. I don't remember exactly what the level was, but so one candle closed above, second candle closed above, third, fourth, and on the fifth candle we got the retest. I'm pretty sure this was our third sig earlier. Oh shoot, that reminds me, I didn't even draw sigs. Let's draw those really quick. If there is, I think we have like a 2-day range. Never mind. Love it. Thanks. Um, Sigma, it's standard deviations. Let me see. Let me just answer that. Because I'm pretty sure you asked me in the voice chat the other day, right? And then I was like, kind of hard to. I mean, you asked me in the text chat, and I was like, it's pretty hard to explain in text. Sorry, let me find it. Jeez. Water. You might want to just screenshot this, or pause the video and read it. But standard deviations, sigmas. Our default settings are 68% for the value area, which I've already covered. And this PowerPoint is available in Shorty's Discord. However, we can find the extremes of value areas by utilizing 2 sigma and 3 sigma. At 2 sigma and 3 sigma, we can expect support resistance. Ideally, you can use this when we are in a ranging market, but logic applies to prior day sessions as well. Typically, if a 2/3 sigma are broken on a prior day, it will continue in that direction. My preference is 2+ days of market balance to draw a fixed range volume profile and have standard deviation to apply 2 sigma 95.4% and 3 sigma 99.7% on fixed range volume profile. Watch the video here. And so how that looks is if I turn my session volume profile back on, and you just look for an area where you have like multiple days that are overlapping, or that are like roughly within the same range. So I'm going to ignore these ones, and I'm going to ignore, well, you could technically take this, but like really like these 4 days are really good for drawing SIGs on. So like if you see, so like if we were trading here, hello. So like if it's Monday night and tomorrow's Tuesday, you want to figure out your SIGs based on these 2 days here. Or if it's Tuesday night, you want to figure out your SIGs for Wednesday based on 3 days here. If it's Wednesday night, then you would want to figure out your SIGs based on these 4 days for Thursday. So we'll just do the 4 days. Like this. Yeah. And then what you do is you grab this tool here, fixed range volume profile. I mean, you'll have to find it. I always forget exactly where it is. Right here. So whatever, 5th tool down, fixed range volume profile. And what you do is you're going to choose the first candle here and then go all the way to the last candle. And that's going to give you a volume profile based on those 4 days. And so from here, what I do is I say 4-day value area high, four-day POC. Whoops. And 4-day value area low. Once you have those drawn, Sorry, I'm really anal about all the lines lining up together. Once you have those drawn, then you would switch this to, if you remember, he said second sig is going to be 95.7%. We can't do points, so it's 95%. So you change your value area volume to 95. Row size is still going to be 100. But so we find, our 4-day high, low POC on 68%. Second sig is going to be 95%. So you click that, and then you're going to draw your second sig. And I would also recommend being kind of anal about your charting. Like you notice, like some things I have dashed lines, some things I have solid lines, certain things are different colors, and some things are dotted lines. It makes so that like I know what basically everything means. That at a glance, I have an idea if I'm looking at a sig or like a 4-day range, high low POC. And then if I need to know more than if it's a SIG, like I can look over and see the label. But thank you, Jacob. But yeah, I just have everything to where I can kind of know what it is quickly at a glance, if that makes sense. From here, you're going to switch this to 99, and that's going to give you your third SIGs. So, and then like we can go forward and you can see how much these are respected. Whoops. So now get rid of that and now turn off the replay. And well, actually, where's our 4-day? Because anything prior to our 4-day isn't going to matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our 4-day ends on this candle. Here, right? Yeah. Shoot, sorry, I gotta figure this out. Whoops. So we're looking at Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So nothing really clean here on Thursday. Yeah. We broke through. We didn't get 3 5-minute candles closing above. To me, like, I wouldn't recommend trading when it's like choppy like that, but I would probably end up shorting this and I'd probably catch this down. But again, not like highly recommended. Same thing here. Like, we're not getting anything clean. Like, it's obvious, at least to me, it's pretty obvious that we're not gonna like break above, retest and go higher. And the reason being is we just keep like wicking through wicking back down, wicking back down. Like it's nothing clean. Um, you're looking for more of I don't know, like what's something like this, right? Where we just blast through, candle closes above, there's no wick back below, no wick back below, no wick, no wick, no wick. And they're all 5 minute candles closing above this level. To me, this is clear. Like on this retest, we're going way higher, right? Um, and then same thing here. We talked about this earlier. um, when you quickly peak above a level and break back inside, like this is an immediate short for me. So this off the third sig, great short there. Great call here. You'll hear me say short and long a lot, and that's just because I trade futures. But short means puts and long means calls. Yeah, so you can see here, pretty clean touch of the third sig and major bounce, right? This is a 5 minute candle. That went from 42.60 to 44.30. So almost 2 points here. And then here, same thing. We did the peak below and break back inside of the third sig, immediate longs, play it up. And then you can see like our 4-day POC is offering like resistance and support. I don't want to like go too far back, but you can just see like this is resistance, right? And then we break through it and it turns into support. This might not look like support, but it is. Not the greatest, but yeah, it tried its best. Support here. So when you find, like your third, well, when you're trading in a range for a while, and you mark those levels on your chart, you'll see that they get very, they're very respected. And you just have to look for the right setup. Like when you're coming, again, choppy ugliness, you don't want to trade this, right? When you see like a clean, almost tap here, it is kind of choppy, but it spiked up a little bit and then dumped. That's kind of what you're looking for. Here, when we broke through and like retested, there's a chance I would have tried to go long here, and probably would have got wrecked, But the key with trading is like you're just looking to play probabilities. So like you're not going to be correct 100% of the time. We're playing probabilities. We're looking for the best setups we can find to try to skew probabilities in our favor. But you're never going to be 100% correct. So you just do the best you can, I probably would have got calls here, gone long here, and I would have got stopped out, I'm sure. Here, peak above and fail, I would have shorted. This I would be short as well. I would be in calls here. I would be in calls here. Yeah. I would say I would normally short this, but not at the end of the day. I mean, unless I saw some like setup for a swing trade, which I'm not going to find on a 5-minute candle. But if I saw a setup for a swing trade and I see it barely tap the previous week value area high, I would be short again, as long as I saw a setup for a swing trade. Easy long right here. Easy short right here. Another easy long here. break above, retest. More than 3 5-minute candles close, retest, long. Again, same thing here. Like we're within enough of a range that I would probably take this for calls as well. And I would probably take puts here, and I probably would have got clapped, But it is what it is. Like you just, again, you play the probabilities, and hopefully they work out in your favor. Okay, so enough of all of that. I'm going to get rid of these because we're not really in this range anymore. I mean, I would say they wouldn't be terrible to have on your chart right now. It's just I already kind of have enough noise without them, and I really like the SIGs to be like the prior days and not like a week ago. So anyway, we've talked about this a lot today, so hopefully you guys get this. I would like to be short or in puts from here down. If we come down and slice through and then quickly break back inside June value area high, immediate long for me or immediate calls. And I would be looking to either exit at my single print mid or this should be all-time highs, right? Yeah. Yeah, so I would exit single print mid. For me to be in a play up here, I'm actually going to delete this because of what I just realized. So anything that happens above this level is all going to be new price discovery. So we have no idea what's going to happen with price, right? So let's just say we break above. I get 3 5-minute candles that close above. I retest. I can take calls. I kind of know, like, as a minimum, we should at least double top. And so as long as it's a big enough move, from here to here, I need to make sure I use proper risk to reward. Risk $1 to make 2 on any trade. And then see, like, if this is a trade I would be willing to take. And it's not really. For me, I would want my stop loss to be like slightly below the single print mid, because if market makers are trying to get people's liquidity, that's probably where they bring price to before they take off, right? They don't always do this, but sometimes they do. And I don't want my stop loss to be right at the single print's mid, and then they come down and tap it and run. But so with that said, like, if this level is higher and I'm targeting here, then now I can take this trade, right? Somewhere, I don't know. I hate that you can never get it exact, but roughly 2 to 1 here. And my stop loss is below my single print mid. So, yeah, wicks count. Oh, I mean, what? I don't know what you mean. Do wicks count? No, I'm looking for a candle to close above. So if it wicks above and then goes back below and closes below the level, then it's not closing above the level, right? So I'm looking for 3 closes above a level. Let's go back to our very good example. Where was it? I don't know. Was it here? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but no, there was a really, really clean, like this, where, again, I forget what level this was, but there was a level here where price just rockets through, right? Like, there's no hesitation. We broke through this level. Candle closed above, candle closed above, candle closed above, candle closed above, candle closed above. We never even wicked back down below, which is really what you want to see. You don't want to see what you're looking for. I'll try to explain this the best that I can, is that when we break through a level and never wick back below it, it's saying that all the participants in the market are accepting price above this level. right? And so I want all participants of the market to say, hey, we're comfortable with price being up here. If we break through a level and just wick through and then quickly come back inside, participants are not agreeing that they're all happy being up here, right? And so I want all the participants to be like, yeah, we're cool up here. I mean, of course, there's going to be a few people that are like, oh, dump, 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 because they were in puts and they should have closed because this is a big old massive green. Um, Never mind. I'll keep it PG. But anyway, like, of course, there's a few people wanting it to go lower, but in general, the market is agreeing that they're comfortable with price being up here. Oh, nice. Can I pull it up on the screen? Can I share it with all the children? I'm not insulting anybody when I say that. Whoa. Chill, bro. Nice. Yeah, that's sick. Love it. Very, very nice. Yeah. So, yeah, we want to see strength, right? Breaking through a level. We don't want to see weakness where we're wicking back down below. Um, like even though this ended up being good, like we have a close above, a close above, a close above retest, but all of these wicking below would have me hesitate to go long or take calls on this retest. So hopefully this makes sense, right? This is a no-no. This is a yes. I mean, maybe like after, like you go, oh, well, I missed that move because Rocket said wicking below, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But when this doesn't work and you don't take it, you'll thank me. Okay. We're looking for A++ setups. You have to try to tilt probabilities as much as you can in your favor. And the sooner that you learn to take the best setups you can find and not FOMO and not chase and not just YOLO into trades. I'm actually like kind of mean when people like message me and they're like, hey, I FOMO'd, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I hope you lose money. And they're probably like, dude, you're a dick. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Because if you make money on a FOMO, then it just reinforces bad habits. And so I would rather you just take a big loss and you're like, damn, I'm never going to do that again because it's not worth it, right? But if it works out, then you're like, yeah, I can FOMO. Like, look what happened. I just made $1,000 or whatever. I mean, whatever the case is. You don't want FOMOs to work out. You want them to clap you so that you learn a lesson, hopefully. And if you don't learn a lesson, I'll give you my Zelle and you can just send me the money. I'll take it. I'll use it for good purposes like making more money. So anyway, this is a no. This is a yes. We want to see clean closes above a level. We want to see a clean retest, and then you go calls. Okay. I haven't gone over QQQ yet. Okay. So this is what we're looking for. So anyway, moving on. Puts down to here. If we slice through and come back inside really quickly, take calls. You want to close right around mid or even single prints low. If we happen to break above, retest, and the setup is there, generally a break above retest, you're going to go higher, like we did here, right? We broke above this level, retested, and then kept going. But we can only, and I want to use the word guarantee, but there are no guarantees. But like really, on something like this where we're making, we're at all-time highs, like the only net level we have for exit is our current highest high, right? We don't know anything after that. Again, this is possible, but we don't know anything after this. Anything after this is price discovery, right? So that's what I'm looking for. Actually, I didn't think of looking. I need to be on 5 minute, 10, 30 minute. What am I talking about? Gosh, we need a pullback really. Phew. All right. Kind of looking at the volume profile for the last few days makes me a little bit more bearish, but it doesn't change anything. If these setups present themselves, you're going to take them. If we break through June value area high, get 3 5-minute candles, retest, you take puts, right? This would be your first target. This is your second target. This is going to be your third target. And I need to delete this because it doesn't belong there. Oh. Excuse me. I would be looking to close here. So I'll just draw little circles for first target and second target. Okay. So that's what I'll be looking for on SPY tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. The 550 SPY Gex wall. Yeah, it's just that psych level. Yeah. Sorry, give me 1 second and then we'll go over cues. I doubt it'll happen, but get down here. June POC, single prints. I would be looking for calls. It is possible, but this is my call levels. So that is that. All right. Dude, Rob, at this point, I think you owe me some money, bro. Keep on running my plays. Oh. What is this? I haven't looked at QQQ in so long. But I guess I look at the QQQ future. It looks like a dragon. All right. So 4-hour chart, PVP, 1 month. What? Oh, okay. That was weird. For a second, it was saying May, and I'm like, May? Aren't we in July? See, my OCD can't handle the line being past this line. Oh, can't do it. I can't do it, Scotty. Yep, see, that bugs me so much. So don't send me screenshots of sloppy charts. I can't handle it. That'll be my whole focus, is how sloppy your chart is. I absolutely love this time of year. Being very sarcastic, by the way. Like on 4th of July, dude, I don't care, whatever. Like, shoot off your fireworks till 5 o'clock in the morning if it makes you happy. But the days before and the days after, if you want to launch off fireworks, I recommend shoving them up your ass. Sorry. Had to get that off my chest really quick. Yeah. Makes sense. What doesn't make sense is how ugly our economy is and the stock market's like, yeah. And I'm on the wrong time frame like an idiot here. Level moved a tiny bit. Wait, what? Oh, I just saw what I did. How funny. How to really confuse myself. It's really weird typing this because, like, Jun is going to be my daughter's middle name when she's born. But I always use like a 3-letter abbreviation for the months. So, whatever. No, I know that's my issue, Michael, is my dogs just can't handle it, you know? And then I also like sleep. Like, it's never nice hearing like gunshots going off. Thank you. Yeah, that's her middle name. Her first name is going to be Kalia. So it's... basically, the story on the name is... a lot of people might not know this. Some people will, but I was born in Bermuda. I lived in Bermuda till I was 5. And... so and I can't say that. Can I just say I hate the Island Boys? So I'm a guy that's from islands. And Kalia is like a island name that means joy or happiness or whatever. And then my wife, as I'm sure most of you know, is Chinese. And most Chinese people, like when they come or when they live in America or travel to America a lot, they'll have like their Chinese name and then they have an American name. So my wife's name is Jessica, but her real legal name is Junji. So the Jun, like her name is spelt Junjie, like this. And so I just took the June part and made that her middle name, you know, just like after my wife's name, birth name. All right, on with the charts. So, I mean, you guys get to see like a live example of what I was talking about. These levels are way too close for me to like put a line here. I mean, I could technically, I guess, but it's not. Um, Whatever it is, like 10 cents, 13 cents is not going to make a big difference in my life on QQQ. So this here will become the previous day value rate high as well. Um, yeah, Aaron, you can't be afraid to pull the trigger. I think that's one of the cool things about being in Shorty's Discord is you get to see us switch from short to long and long to short, like at the blink of an eye. Um, it's pretty wild. Actually, I'll never forget, like when I met Shorty, um, I used to get like a little bit frustrated with him to a degree. Not over, I mean, not like in a bad way, but he would say like, um, I'll just give you an example. He'd be like, "Oh, on whatever, on QQQ here, I'm gonna be long up to the June value area high, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, cool." So I'm in puts with him all the way up to the June value area high, and then when price gets down here, whatever the previous week value area low, he'll be like, "Did you take that short?" And I'm like, "What short?" Like, you said you were long, um, from the June POC up to the June value area high. You never said anything about taking puts. And he's like, "Well, obviously, like, why would I close my position here if I didn't think it was going to reverse?" I'm like, "Dude, you suck." Not in a bad way. I mean, I love Shorty with all of my heart, like, legit, no lie. But I'm like, why couldn't you just say puts? Like, but anyway, once you learn that, like, once you like really learn how to trade and you figure out like, oh, calls from here to here. Well, if I'm closing my calls here, it must be because I think price is going to reverse. Otherwise, why would I be closing my calls there, right? And so, oh, nice. I want to know how to say your name. Is it a sim? Let me know if I'm saying that wrong, because yeah. Michael, the way to leave your emotions out is to do two journals. Asim. Okay, cool. Um, I don't know that I ripped you one, Michael, because I do rip people pretty hard. I did rip somebody today. Um, I can kind of show what it was. Where was it? Um, I think it was like right around here, actually. So somebody that I trade with, and I'll just say he's still, learning, um, and he. Let me get rid of this initial balance because it's making it really hard to see things. Um, I think it was like right around here. He took puts, right? But price kept going up, and then as price was going up, he switched to calls, and then price reversed and went down. And I was like, well, what was your reason for taking puts? And he was like, oh, because we were at the top. And I'm like, okay. Um, like, that's a reason to take puts. Um, and then and then he said something about like, oh, I should have stayed in my puts. And I'm like, well, what was your plan when you entered your puts? Like, based on where you entered and your stop loss was, should you still be in puts, right? Like, should you have got stopped out? Or, like, as soon as you saw price go against you, you switched to calls, but you didn't follow your plan and, like, let your stop loss get hit or whatever. I'm kind of trying to make a long story short, but I was like, so like you entered puts without a plan, and then when price went against you, you entered calls without a plan. And now that you're in calls, you're saying you should have stayed in puts. But like if you just had established a good plan when you got into puts, maybe you would still be in them, you know? And it's like, so you're not really trading, you're just clicking buttons and kind of hoping that things go your way. And you're not trading. That's not trading. Clicking buttons and hoping that things work is not trading. Planning your trade is trading. So actually, let me go back to SPY really quick just to show this. And hopefully when I show you guys this, it makes a ton of sense. We're going to use that same level on SPY again, wherever it was, because that was very clean. Oh, I'm on 30 minutes. That's why I can't find it. Where was our little magical level? It's right there. And again, for anybody that's joining right now, I had a level here. We erased it, and it's no longer a level at this time. But when this played out, it was a level. It was the third sig. But so when you see this strong break, right, of this level, you know you have 15 minutes to plan a trade. Because you're waiting 15 minutes, 3 5-minute candles to close, and you're waiting for a retest. So in this case, it was like 5 or 6 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 30. You had 30 minutes to plan your trade, and then you got your retest, right? So while this 15 to whatever 30 minutes is passing, you grab your long tool and you go, okay, if I take calls here, like based on what Rockets was telling me, I probably want my stop loss to be at least a little bit below this previous week value area high. And with that said, a minimum, I have to be able to make $2 for every dollar I'm risking. Am I willing to take this play? Is this a trade I'm willing to take? Like whatever. You have to figure it out. Is the setup there for you? And if it is, then you pull the trigger. If the setup isn't there, then you're like, oh, okay, well, shoot, that didn't work. Let's wait for the next one. And this is where patience is so important. I'm going to say something I haven't said in a while. 1 trade a day for 6 months is huge. And there's people that are probably like, yeah, whatever, I'm not going to do that. Because like sometimes I'll take a loss and then I'll take a second trade and I'll get a win and it'll negate my loss, or I'll even be green on the day because I took that second trade. And if I didn't take that second trade, then I would have a red day instead of a green day. But then for anybody that's a newer trader, I could probably guess without really trying that you guys like are like you might win. You could win for weeks, you can win for months, and then in one day you wipe out your entire month of profit because you keep trying to trade to chase that win to make back the losses that you took on that day until you finally just like blow your port or whatever, lose your entire profit for the month. So 1 trade a day forces you to look for A++ setups and accept your your risk, and accept that you could take a loss. And when you walk away, even after you take a loss, when you come back the next day, hopefully you have a fresh slate and you're not like angry or upset or like possibly FOMOing or chasing, because that's a lot of what happens after someone takes one loss. Is they'll start FOMOing and taking trades that aren't good setups, and then you end up just losing a bunch of money. So 1 trade a day for 6 months forces patience, discipline, and after you've done it for 6 months, then you have the patience and discipline established, and then at that point you can trade as many trades as you want in a day. Does what I'm going over apply to every stock? Yes. It applies to futures. It applies to stocks. It applies to crypto. It applies to Forex. Like, you name it. Any kind of trading. Okay, so back to QQQ. I need to kind of bust this out quickly now. It's getting late, right? Yeah, it's very late. Where was I? I drew my previous days, 30-minute TPO. I hate this half-day stuff. Where are you? Are you scared? Come here. Come here. Old lady. Ooh, ah. Say hi to the internet. Say hi. Okay. Stupid fireworks, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. Go lay down. Yeah, but Scott, that's also not good. When you enter a trade, you should accept your risk. So your stop loss stays where it is. Otherwise, here, I'll just show this really quickly. If this is my 2-to-1, right? And every single time that I'm red on a trade, this happens and my stop loss gets hit. But then every single time that I'm green on a trade, I move my stop loss up to wherever. And then this happens. I'm never going to hit my take profit. Or rarely. Like, you might get lucky and catch a news candle that just psh. But for the most part, you're going to get stopped out way before you're ever going to reach your take profit. And so what's happening is, if you follow the original scenario and accept your risk when you enter the trade, if you're using a minimum of 2-to-1 or 1-to-2, sorry, you have to be correct 35% of the time and you're a profitable trader. If you're 50% correct, you're very profitable. And if you're a decent trader, you're probably more around 70%, 80%, you're very profitable. But even if you're like average 50%, you're crushing it. But by doing this, you're probably still red overall, net negative, even if your like win rate is 70%. So doing this is killing you. Bro, Marcial, Alex Lopez. I would assume that you're Hispanic based on your last name, but your first name looks kind of French. And if it was French, I could pronounce it, but I don't want to butcher your name either because it doesn't. Your last name doesn't look French. But earlier when I started charting SPY, I went over every single time frame that I look at and what I'm looking at on those time frames. And so I would highly recommend rewatching the part where I'm going over SPY, or even actually QQQ. When if you go back to the start of when I started charting QQQ, I went over the time frames and what I'm looking for. Okay. And Scott, I'm sure you've heard me talk about this. If you're having issues, make 2 logs. One log that shows your actual trades, and one log that shows if you only accepted your stop loss or your take profit as your targets, your profit targets. Like you take a loss at your stop loss or you take your profit at your profit target. And after like a month of doing those 2 logs, you'll probably get sick of realizing how much money you're throwing away. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm actually going to do SIGs on Qs because we have like 4 days in a row here. I mean, you could probably even argue 5 days, but I'm just going to grab the 4. That are all pretty close. So, geez. I'm not even going to draw this. Like the levels are just so close. As far as, oh wait, this is my, I didn't change my, there we go. Those are my third SIGs. 68. I don't think these levels are going to be too important, but I will draw them. I just realized why it's so hard to see. There we go. That is, yeah. So now we're going to do SIGs, guys. crazy. How is that possible? Am I losing my mind? How can the third sig be the same as the second sig? But it is. It's just barely different. That's insane. Okay. I don't really care because I don't think this is going to be playing into anything anyway. So, um, oh, excuse me. Um, like day trading seriously, like 4 years. Mm. Louis, opening range break and retest. I don't. Um, yeah. Um, I think I trade like a similar strategy to the opening range break and retest, and I call it the open drive. Um, I don't know that I can really find an example for you, but um, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I'll just draw it like because it's just easier to explain it than to find a setup. But for me, opening drive, let's just say um, this is our open, okay? And pre-market, um, we're just like here. So basically, I like to see consolidation, and then when the open happens, we break that consolidation in one direction or the other, retest, and then I would enter calls or long or whatever. So that's what um, this is a trade that I take that's called the opening drive. And it would just be the inverse for puts or shorts. But mostly, like, I use my own strategies to trade. I don't use other people's. Or, I mean, I don't know. Maybe people use similar strategies to me. But I'm not sure. QQQ is at all-time highs, right? I mean, this is... Yeah. This is all price discovery. For me, with this poor high here, I would not be surprised to see price break above, retest, and then you want to go long. This would be like the primary play I'd be looking for tomorrow. The way that I explain stuff like this is, if I have a level like this and price comes down and just goes bink, like this level is rock solid, right? Super strong. Like price couldn't even stay there for a second. It just rejected right off of it, like right away. Whereas if I have a level and price keeps coming to it and coming to it. Whoa. And coming to it, and even like slicing through a little bit and coming to it. You want to think of these candles as like a battering ram, and eventually they're just going to break through this level, right? It's a pretty weak level, because price just keeps tapping it, tapping it, tapping it. We didn't get a hard rejection off of here. Whereas if it was a strong level, we would get that quick boom down, right? Or quick boom up. So with this, where we closed with a weak high or a poor high, I would kind of expect price to break through. You want to see 3 5-minute candles, gives you your time to plan out your trade, retest, take calls. I'm trying to think, like, for a bearish scenario. Losing this, you could probably be short. But with that, you need to be aware of this level here for a possible bounce. There's also a potential for a bounce right around here. Okay. I mean, the levels are pretty clear, like here, here-ish. Just seems like there's, QQQ, we have pretty good structure. Like, we broke up, had some pullbacks here and there, built up, went, this is another bull flag, went up, ranged a little bit, went up, had a nice pullback here, and now we're going back up. Whereas SPY doesn't have that nice structure. This is still pretty, let me see, sorry. I don't know. It could happen tomorrow, but we do need a pullback. Like, this is, we have really wide volume profiles. They're not overlapping. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised to see a day where we're kind of trading in this area. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a choppy day in through here. I'm really not super loving anything on Qs other than break above this, retest, go long. If we lose this level, you could try to short, but like I said, there's going to be a lot of support below. Okay? Yeah. Seven two. Let's take a look. Yeah, we must be talking about a different strategy, because for me, this would need to come to here. But there's definitely an argument for taking longs or calls right here, though. This is like pretty basic for me. Um, I don't think this is a bull flag. Some people might think it is, but I can prove it or disprove it in just a second. I'm like 99% sure this is not a bull flag. But yeah. I know you didn't say it was a bull flag, but I'm just um, looking at what I think people are probably looking at. When you see something like this, you have to draw fibs top to bottom. And if the flag part goes below the 50% retracement, it's not a flag. So, and we broke through it like several times. So I just wanted to show that. I show that pretty frequently though on the channel, but I can still see an argument for a long here. I don't really know how to explain it though, but I would probably be long here if I was trading. But yeah, for me, for opening drive, it would need to come all the way back down to where we opened. So the open is 543.70. So yeah, right there. You mean like we opened and then came back down on a 1 minute candle? I mean, if it's working, like do it. It's not a strategy that I'm familiar with. Um, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, it's just not something that I'm familiar with. And if it works for you, like do it. Um, yeah, futures are closed tomorrow. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're completely closed, and not a short day or anything like that. But I'm not trading tomorrow, even if they are open. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so this, I mean, Louis, it's just not a strategy I'm familiar with. If it works for you, like keep doing it. You know, it's not something that I do. Um, I generally like with me trading futures. A lot of times before the open happens, like I'm able to trade here, and I can kind of I have a pretty good idea, if we're gonna rip up or dump, and like this. It's always like harder to say without like all of my charts because I use footprints a lot for finding direction or whatever. But I would probably be looking for calls here. Um, yeah, but not 100%. I don't know. I don't have all of my stuff, so it's hard to say. So anyway, yeah, QQQ. I don't see a whole lot of setups that I like on Qs. But I shared with you, like really the two is break above this, retest, go calls. If we lose this, you could try puts. But like I've said, there's a lot of support on the way down. So it could be very choppy, or it could just straight up bounce off of one of these levels. So just be very wary. Okay. I know there's some people that ask for requests or whatever. I'm not doing requests tonight. As you can see, like when I live chart spies and Qs, it takes a while. There's a lot to look at, a lot of information. So don't have time for requests tonight. Anyway, hopefully this is helpful for people. We've been going for a while again, 2 hours. So anyway, appreciate everybody. What do I think about news of Nancy Pelosi buying Nvidia stocks? I really don't care. Yeah. Um, I don't know how to put this into words for people, but if you keep worrying about news, like you're just, by the time the news is there, like, um, whatever, dark pools. Actually, here, let me give you an example. Tesla. This is going to be really quick and then I'm done. Yesterday, I don't remember exactly what day, what is it here? Monday, we went over Tesla, right? And like I said, this is going to be super quick. Monday, I said calls over 214, and I said Tesla was going to 284. And I'm sure nobody believes me. All of these green levels are levels that Tesla is going to hit on the way up. And you can see like these levels, they're solid. Like we cruised through this one, but here we rejected, came back down to this level, and then bounced, gapped here, chopped here a little bit, rejected, bounced, rejecting again. But so after the market close on Tuesday, people were saying, "Oh, there was a massive $445 million dark pool sell on Tesla." And I'm like, "Okay, so what?" And they're like, "Puts, puts, puts, puts," and I'm like, "No, it's going higher." Puts, 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 and I'm like, "No, it's going higher." And they're like, "But it's going to get a healthy pullback," and I'm like, "What do you think this was? That's your healthy pullback." And they're still puts, 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 and I'm still like trying to argue. No, it's not a big deal, Michael. I'm not like, this isn't like oh, Michael's an idiot or whatever. This is just like, I'm just trying to explain to people the importance of just ignoring news. Like, you follow, or you try to not trade news events, and you follow technicals off the charts, right? So anyway, they were talking about a healthy pullback, and like I said, this was our healthy pullback, 4 points, or 4.5 points, right? And then, yeah, just puts, and I'm like, "No, it's going higher, it's going higher. I gave you my levels. It's going higher, gave you my levels." And once you learn to just like, once you learn that news is just noise, and like you stop trying to chase plays based on things that you're hearing, it's going to make your life a lot easier when it comes to trading. So yeah, you got to just stay away from it. I don't know what else to say. All right. Trade technicals, trade with the charts, not your hearts. Don't try to chase news. It's going to hurt you. It'll sting you. All right. Why not? I would just say go watch the video from Monday. Like, or wait, thought I had closed this, but I can show you really quick. This is what I saw. My clouds, we broke above the daily top, or no, the weekly top. And once we got into this free space, it's just all free and clear all the way up to, well, at the time, the monthly top was at 284. Now it's at 288. But this is it, free space. So you can see, like, if I zoom in here, generally in this open space, move will happen pretty quickly. Once we're inside levels, you'll chop. This candle was based on news. But once we broke through here, like, now you're free and clear again to go higher. So, all right, that's it, everybody. Much love, much respect. Peace out. Where in the world? Yeah, much love. Have a good night. We'll see you on the next one. All right. Take care. Hope you all make a lot of money on Friday. See you next time. Peace.